It's time for the greatest little internet radio show, Blow the Whistle. Always live on SportsSoundChicago.com and on Twitch at SportsSoundShot. Tyler, Butterball, Beaterball.
I knew this kid was going to be a complete meth, like a youth mess. Not meth. See, I think he needs to go to Allstate because when you're covered by mayhem, you'll be better protected.
Andrew, Pepe, Valentin.
How can you say that high school's sports is not about business when the IMG Academy, who is supposed to be a legitimate high school, goes for $1.25 billion? Game time.
David, Double D, Dykstra.
Hope and pray to God that Jordan Love twists his ankle so bad that you get to see this godforsaken mess that is Sean Mother Truckin' Clifford.
Nick, No Gimmicks, Johnston.
I'm sorry, but I can't. I mean, Josh Allen had the same stat line as Lamar Jackson. You're not getting him any fuss. He literally has one less touchdown than Lamar Jackson, and you're not saying anything.
Tyler Beaterball, Andrew Valentin, David Dykstra, and Nick Johnson. Your greatest little internet radio show everywhere you go.
Oh, yeah, people. We are back. Happy Monday. What a weekend.
Better tighten up on that board work, sir.
This is Blow the Whistle. Live on Twitch and YouTube. I guess you already started it.
We're gonna critique all day.
Yeah, you didn't even let me open the show. That's
Football teams, college and pro, and board
people's
op
decisions to do
that
something
was too
on
fast,
text.
sir. What happened?
It ended.
Why did it just cut
abruptly
off,
ended.
sir?
That's a great question. I don't know why he cut it off.
Mister, I'm the producer of our open. Why did it just cut off? Why didn't it fade out slowly, sir?
This is Blow the Whistle. Welcome, everyone.
You very rarely make
it. Honestly, it didn't do that last week.
I think you messed it up.
I did not. I never mess anything up. This is Blow the Whistle. Welcome, Blow the Whistle, here on SportsTownChicago.com, Twitch, and YouTube. As always, I'm Tyler Butterball Beaterball. I'm here with my boys.
David Double D Dykstra.
No gimmicks, Nick Johnston. Andrew Pepe Valentin.
You guys can find us on all social medias, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at BlowTWhistle1, BLOWTWHISTLE1. Boys, we have a lot to recap. We had week 1 of the NFL over the weekend, week 2 of college football. And you guys should already know this is the time of the year that we're just talking football all the entire show.
Most wonderful time of the year.
That is right. We're gonna start off with recapping the first game of Caleb Williams and Chicago Bears. For all you Chicago Bears fans out there, we're gonna recap the rest of the NFL, preview tonight's game, as there's one more game of Monday Night Football. Recap our favorite teams of college football along with the rest of the slate. And we'll probably get into some off the rails as always. And if we have time, hopefully, the greatest segment of all of entertainment, You're Killing Me Smalls. And if you guys have it, You're Killing Me Smalls, send them to us via Twitch, via YouTube, via Twitter, via Instagram, via Facebook, whatever the heck you guys want. Even our Gmail account, our email, blowtwhistleradio@gmail.com. Put those in the chat. Andrew's going to be looking over the live chat right now, and we'll be keeping an eye on Twitter, Facebook.
Hit it with the hashtag YKMS.
Yeah, that makes it a lot
That'll
easier.
make it easier for us, but we can catch them.
YKMS.
Yeah.
Interesting.
We've used that before, buddy.
Sounds like merch to me.
Ah, that's a tease right there.
Yeah.
So, boys, are you ready to get into some football?
Yeah. Do this.
Let's do this. So, let's start off with the Chicago Bears. They win week 1 in a scary, sloppy-ish, you guys could say, a 24-17 win. They were down 17-3 at halftime. Scored 21 points in the second half, and you can credit the special teams and defense on that. But I guess we'll kick it off because the biggest story of week 1 was Caleb Williams' debut with the Chicago Bears. A lot of hype around the Windy City and the Chicago Bears. I just saw the text message.
You wanted a response.
I did. Nice response.
But the biggest story of Caleb Williams, not the start that he wanted, going 14 for 29, 93 yards. No touchdowns. Interceptions. Getting sacked twice. Nick, and I'm
We're bad. He was looking. To me, it looks like he was trying to throw it so hard, and it was coming out very wobbly and just off brand. That's why they couldn't make as many completions or anything getting going. And even when he finally does get something at the goal line, Keenan Allen drops a sure thing touchdown.
yeah.
I believe was that the same drive that they ended up getting sacked out of field goal range, or that might have been the field goal.
No, that was to the end of the first half.
Okay, so either way, yeah, dropped the touchdown, but of course, we saw very early on overthrows and just balls that are way too low. Not an excuse, but already that seemed like the wide receiver core got banged up, and well, it's just it might have been. Not quite sure what the Tennessee Titans were going to be this year, and I think you were onto something there, David. Just they were running and gunning. It kind of looked like a college offense, like you were making mention to. A lot of motioning, a lot of things going on. Tony Pollard looked decent. That's my bad. I didn't see that at all.
Yeah.
Best player on the Titans team.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, on the offense.
Yeah, DeAndre Hopkins was a non-factor, but that's the thing. The defense on the Bears side of things clenched down. I mean, Calvin Ridley only caught 3 balls for 50 yards. I mean, it's just the defense bailed them out. It's as simple as that. You can't go in there and then Caleb has less than 100 yards passing. But it was, while he made mistakes, it wasn't as many mistakes to make them completely out of the game. Again, it took a miracle, the two defensive touchdowns, and making it look like the Monday Night Football when they played the Cardinals in 2006. So, so it came down to one of those type games. So not what you want. Obviously, Caleb wasn't at all happy with himself afterward. He was like, stats are not what I look for. The win is important, but overall, he's like, I played poorly. So it was tough. Hopefully, at the end of the year, you kind of look at like, oh, maybe the Titans were a little bit better than we thought. Maybe they're not above 500, not competing for a playoff spot, but maybe they're just staying in games. Yeah. Maybe they're a good enough defense in what they have right there. They think they can build off of. So tough game overall.
It was a tough game for the offense because that was the biggest excitement for this year. Like I said, Caleb Williams it looked like he was going through the rookie jitters as I expected.
Torrey Taylor looked nice though.
Torrey Taylor, rookie.
Torrey Taylor looked a lot of playing time.
Yeah, no, that tweak is going to come back and bite Caleb a little bit. That Hall, you're not going to be punting much.
It really showed Sunday that the offensive line is still a huge hole in what the heck is going on. That
there's
they still
only
need
one
to fix.
hole in that offensive line.
The center. The center position.
That dude got manhandled the whole game.
Yeah.
That in the guard position, because I don't know what they're doing with Davis and Bates. Like that swapping in and out thing kept them.
Yeah,
they were so inconsistent. And I think it hurt Jenkins because he kept having to do the double team stuff by himself, taking on 2 guys at once, and it's killing him.
I will say this. If that's your offensive line, yikes.
Yeah. No, I totally agree.
Maybe listen to your boys that blow the whistle and draft a goddamn center. I'm just saying.
No,
legit. I'm not trying to cut you off or anything. I'll say this too. For a guy who doesn't get nervous, he looked very nervous.
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, he looked
don't go out there and say I don't get nervous. Yeah, you obviously were. You were throwing balls that you normally would not throw. Mm-hmm. You were making decisions I will chalk up him getting sacked for that unbelievably bad loss when they were tight in there.
Mm-hmm.
Rookie mistake.
Yeah.
He won't make that 2 years down the road.
Yeah.
He'll get rid of the ball, get it past the line of scrimmage, and throw it away. That'll be fine. That was a rookie mistake. I'll chalk that up to that. My other thing for the Bears, Steph, bullshit Nikes. I think
he is a legitimate threat at running back. I truly do.
I like him on the jet sweeps. And
the
then, like,
way he hit
backfield.
that hole on the trap in that game, that's acceleration.
Yes.
That's knowing your blocking assignments and where you're supposed to go and what hole you're supposed to hit. To me, put him in that position. Bring him in on third downs, throw a screen pass to him and get blockers out in front of him, see if he can make something happen. Do not put, because that
he can't play receiver. He can't catch.
All that did was kill any kind of confidence that dude had built up to that point.
Yeah. No, that was.
Keep him in that running back room. Keep him learning that position, and you may have a game breaker at some point in this season.
Because DeAndre Carter looked like a solid return guy. I mean, he only had one.
He should be the return man. Anybody should be the return man
I'd put Tyler Scott back there with DeAndre
He's got
Carter.
the Chuck Knoblocks. Velus Jones legitimately has the yips when it comes to puffs and bumps.
I just would.
No, I think he's got the yips. Because only the yips, which I know you're supposed to cradle it in.
Right.
But then to have it bounce down and you accidentally kick it 15 yards ahead, that's just bad luck.
It just didn't look good because that's what, in his history, that's what he's been known for.
That's the problem. Is that his history is he keeps dropping the ball. He keeps, and even if a guy can be, because if he's down at his lowest, you want to say, well, keep him and pick him up. But at the same time, too, you want to get somebody in there who can maybe be more effective and is more high up on themselves and can say he can do the job, be it Khalil Herbert or Tyler Scott or anybody else.
I mean, it's as simple as I think they had Roshan Johnson inactive. They'll just deactivate Velus and just swap that out.
Yeah, he adds the speed element to the game, and the game is built on speed now. But what Colin Johnson gave you was size and at least possession ability as a receiver. Maybe not a returner, but something.
Here's a thought: go 4 deep at running back for a game. I'm not against that. Velus Jones gives you a change of pace that they do not have in that backfield.
Well, speaking of that, I want to go to with how the offense and using guys, because I mean, I don't know about you, but Khalil Herbert and Cole Kmet, the two biggest guys that I did not see anything being used in the offense. And with Shane Waldron's type of offense, running a 2 tight end offense. And this is the year that you got to figure out what you're going to do with Cole Kmet, because I mean, we've seen progress over the years since his rookie year. And this was supposed to be the time where he's going to be used effectively in the offense. He was in on 27 snaps. So that's where I'm like, I want to get your guys' thoughts on that, because I thought they were going to be using him more. I mean, some of the play calling was just a little questionable, I guess. With the
it was rough.
With
Everett's
the assets
a
that
better,
you have.
Everett's a better blocking back. So I understand why he's in more than Kmet. If they're going
as small as it was, that's bad. I mean, again, with all these new additions, you knew someone was going to be, less than, so they're going to lose a little bit. It was probably going to be Cole. Didn't think it was going to be this much though. So yeah, that's rough. You got to get involved.
Do you think Waldron is trying to keep it simple starting out for Caleb while he's getting in his growing pains?
Should be.
I mean, it for me usually isn't the rookie's favorite target, the tight end. I mean, that's my usually go to there. So
it's the biggest target on the field most of the time. So
and I would think with possibly Keenan Allen and now Rome Odunze not being 100%, he's probably have to get more involved, at least them or Gerald Everett. So
why Everett didn't see more opportunities is beyond me. Like, he was in there, he got 1 catch and he went for negative yards. Why aren't you splitting him more out wide as a number 3 wide receiver in the slot? Why aren't you using him more over the middle? This is a guy who's 6'2", 240 and runs a 4.5. Like, the guy has the ability to be able to play over the middle and take the ball up of the like. I just don't understand what the play calling situation was, and maybe this is Shane Waldron trying to shake off a bit of his own like nervousness and stuff because this is all new to him too. New team, new
probably had rust. I mean, he didn't coach last year.
This is Chicago where they'll, this was big. You're at home, first game, Tennessee Titans, new quarterback, new offense. There's a lot of pressure on those guys for sure.
And I'll just say this: both of you better get down and light a candle and pray to the God that is Will Levis. What the blue hell was he doing?
Yeah, that was. I was just about to say.
What was that?
Inexcusable were those throws.
He's trying to do too much.
I truly do believe that.
Like, I think he's trying to overcompensate for what
the lack of what they don't have.
Like, okay, we've got these wide receivers.
Sour.
Yeah. I was gonna say he got a whiff of that cologne of his.
Just take the sack, dude. Just take the sack. You don't have to try and be hero ball.
My honest opinion, looking back on it and seeing it in slow mo, I honestly think that he thought he could get it to the sideline by throwing it like that, and never thought that the corner was going to come up on it at all.
This the issue. I think you're right, but the issue is that you're falling down when you're making that throw. You've got to realize, yes, you've got a strong arm, but you need to throw that up. You can't throw down like he did. You have to make sure your arm is going up. He didn't even throw
down. He pitched it.
Yeah, he tried to toss it. And when you do that, what do you think Stevenson's going to do?
Sanchez on there. He goes, "Oh no!"
And when Mark Sanchez says, "Oh no," there's
I've done that before. No, because I remember he did that against the Patriots where he was going down and Vince Wilfork was sacking him, and who comes out of nowhere? Oh, it's the cornerback to take the ball.
So you hear like the Vietnam, like the shooting, the grenades going off.
I'm having flashbacks.
He did not.
Damn you, Belichick!
whoever his stylist is, also needs to. Don't pull the hair back.
The ponytail's not.
Don't pull the hair back. I was like, who is that? And then they're like,
Mark Sanchez.
How's it going, Mark? And I went, oh God, that's Sanchez.
Some people can't pull off the ponytail.
He's a great color guy.
He is. He's
that's the thing. Solid.
He's a smart football dude. He could have. Why he's not a quarterback coach? I don't know. He might get a chance.
Here's the funny part. Like when you have as much bad go wrong for you as Mark Sanchez has in his career, he can pretty much feel the pain of every quarterback that has something go wrong for them.
I forgot what the play was, but he did try to do his best Tony Romo impression. He tried to predict a play. It was just way off.
Yeah, people were like highlighting that. They're like, "We get it. You're trying to be Tony, man. It did not work." I hit the slant here, and it's a run.
Absolute for me to you two. I would be concerned.
100%.
I would add.
There's legitimate concern to be had in this game.
Granted, small sample size,
right?
But and their D tackles in Tennessee are really good.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Simmons is paid for a reason.
If we're guilty of anything last week, we're just like guilty of being excited for our team. Because damn it, come on,
it's football. NFL's back. You're excited.
I just love the fact that like we were, and we'll get into this in a little bit, but we were putting up flyers earlier, and Dustin Rhodes thought we were trying to personally troll him.
Him.
And I was like, no. And,
that's funny.
He comes back on me and goes, the Falcons didn't have a good song. I'm like, dude, I picked them to lose.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you did.
It wasn't surprising to me.
Nobody picked that one, and we're going to get to it.
Yeah. I mean, another issue that I saw here was
boy's doing okay.
The D line wasn't getting as much.
The one Falcons fan, and I'm the only one that picked the Steelers.
I will say that starting off in the first half, the defensive line for the Bears wasn't really getting as much pressure to the quarterback, but they really made the adjustments in the second half.
I think
they were going to the hurry up huddle a lot.
Yeah, they were the hurry up huddle.
Yeah.
And I think it threw that defense off because, and I'll compare it to something, and we'll get to this game later as well. Mm-hmm. That Penn State Bowling Green game, I think it was a little bit of that, where they were expecting huddles.
Yeah.
I watched. My behind hasn't unpuckered quite yet.
Yeah.
But that being said, I think they weren't prepared for it, and it took them a time to adjust it. But kudos to them for making the halftime adjustments.
No, I totally agree. I mean, that was what they needed, and it worked out for them. But that's going to wrap up our Bears talk for today. Coming up, we're going to recap the rest of week 1, talk about the these guys' teams first, and then go along with.
This is your home for sports.
Longtime fan, sports is like life.
SportsTownChicago.com.
What's up, Chicago? If you're ever, and I mean ever, out looking for good urban food 24/7, come down to White Palace Grill, located 1159 South Canal Street in Chicago. White Palace Grill is open 365 days a year since 1939. I personally love the steak and egg dinner, but whether you like burgers for breakfast, steak for lunch, or French toast for dinner, White Palace is the place for you. The diner is a 24-hour urban oasis. Come now, come later. Hey, come now and later. We never close at White Palace Grill, located 1159 South Canal Street in Chicago. Visit us at whitepalace.com or order with Uber Eats or Grubhub anytime, any day.
Daddy, when you look at me, I could see your wheels turning. About what am I going to be when I grow up? A major league first baseman? Maybe a point guard for a national champion.
The odds of a child becoming a professional athlete are 1 in 16,000. Far-fetched? Maybe. But did you know the odds of a child being diagnosed with autism are 1 in 166? That's right, 1 in 166. To learn the signs of autism, go to autismspeaks.org. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Go to Lux Barbershop for the best barbers and stylists in Plainfield, Illinois. I go there when I have an important event, date, or I just want to look good. The straight razor shave will have you looking fresh and smooth. Lux Barbershop is open 7 days a week. Go to Lux Barbershop for the finest barbers, stylists, braiders, and massage therapists in the southern suburbs. Check out all their daily deals on Facebook, Instagram, and luxbarbershop.com.
Hi, this is Joe Perry and Steven Tyler of Aerosmith for Red. You know, it's okay to rock and roll and party down. Just don't get in that 2,000-pound bullet when you're done and cocked. And please don't drink and drive. I'm the one that jaded you.
A reminder that friends don't let friends drive drunk. A public service message brought to you by the Ad Council, U.S. Department of Transportation, National Association of Broadcasters, and RAD.
High school sports is here, and SportsTownChicago.com, we are ready to provide the best high school sports live coverage all across Northern Illinois. From the first kickoff of high school football to the final spike of high school volleyball, we at SportsTownChicago.com are ready to bring you high school sports live. SportsTownChicago.com and STC Friday Night Lights in a league of our own.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We're back on Blow the Whistle here on SportsTownChicago.com, YouTube, and Twitch. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
You can see our beautiful faces here.
Hello.
Hello. Still here with you, Tyler Beaterbaugh, Andrew Valentin, David Dykstra, and Nick Johnson. We are recapping the rest of Week 1 of NFL, and we're going to preview tonight's game of Jets and 49ers. But first, I want to start off because since you, my friend, did predict the loss, I think we were all against you on this, but we're going to go to it first. Steelers beat the Falcons 18-10. Justin Fields got the start at quarterback. Let's start it off. What went wrong with the Falcons?
Kirk Cousins threw 2 interceptions. Point blank. Well, it's not
And
just
you
that.
expected
And
this.
I'm not. No, here's the thing, and I'm not overreacting to this game whatsoever. I'm not calling for Kirk Cousins to lose his job. Put Penix in there. Listen, they went up against an elite defense, and when TJ Watt decided to just take over a game. Point blank.
That one play where they called him offsides, but then but before they called it, it involved in a fumble, and the Steelers recovered it. They looked back at it, and he was not offsides. If you look at it in slow motion, he timed that perfectly.
Yeah, because Kirk does the same cadence for everything. Everything. Here's my thing. And I'm gonna talk a little Steelers football here too, because it is my second favorite team. Wasn't surprised that they lost.
Mm-hmm.
Am I saying the season's doomed now? Because listen, I tried to tell you guys the Atlanta Falcons going 0-5 to start off the season could happen, and everybody's like, "Well, you're talking out your yin yang." They've got the Chiefs, the Eagles, the Bucks, who looked decent.
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, it was against a horrible secondary.
Yeah.
And then they've got New Orleans, who looked really good. Granted, Carolina Panthers. But if Carr's going to play that way this year, New Orleans is going to be a team to be talked about in the NFC South.
Yeah, especially at home.
Yeah. So that being said, 0-5. If they start off 0-5, the chirps will start. The talking,
quarterback.
yeah. The chirps will start. The talk will start. Michael Penix come in there. Let's get this kid experience so he can get his year one ball.
I mean, the only thing they got going for the next those 4 games that you did mention, 3 of them are at home. So
doesn't matter.
This was similar.
I'm being very honest.
That's fair.
They couldn't beat the Pittsburgh Steelers at home.
The Pittsburgh Steelers, they had to go on a silent count. That's what TJ Watt said. He goes, "That's pretty good for all the Steelers fans. A lot of terrible towels were down there."
If you think about it, this was a similar situation, like a similar win that the Bears had, where it was all defense and special teams.
Oh yeah, Chris
that won
Boswell
the game,
kicking it away.
Yeah,
I'll be very honest with you guys. If this defense plays at this elite level this whole season, now granted there'll be games here and there that they don't play great, but if they can maintain this for an extended period of time, they don't need an all-time great quarterback to be on that offensive side.
No.
They just need a guy who's not going to make mistakes. And Justin was that guy yesterday. Threw the ball to the right places, no interceptions. He did have a fumbled snap, but it wasn't.
Yeah, had a little over 200 yards of total offense, 17 for 23. I mean,
it's more of the status quo really from him, but
once
it was
again,
enough.
You don't need someone to come in there and throw for 300.
No,
but
plus
that's not
yards.
It helps though.
That's not going to get you far in the playoffs.
It would
help.
It would help.
I mean, if this is a historical 2000 Baltimore Ravens defense, then yes, you can work with Trent Dilfer, but
and there's
that's
nothing
only
to say that they're not.
No,
though,
but
because
that's
at each level they've got dudes,
right. But
how many quarterbacks threw for under 200 yards yesterday? I feel like it was a lot.
There was a lot. I think there was only like 4 or 5 quarterbacks that hit over the 200 mark.
Tua is the week 1 leader so far.
I think it was Tua,
300 yards.
Anthony Richardson had over 200. CJ Stroud did too.
Allen had 200.
Yeah, these guys got to start playing some preseason games. Get back in there. Seriously.
No, once again, it comes back to week 1. Who's further along? The defenses.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, this happens every year.
And the rookies.
Yeah.
I mean, Brian Thomas Jr. looked good for Jackson.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet you that made you happy. Happy.
Oh, yeah, it made me happy, but I also left him on my bench because I forgot to set my lineup for fantasy. But I still won by 50 points.
It's bad that my auto draft league is doing better right now.
That's the thing. I didn't even pay attention to this thing. I've already won week 1, and this is a guy who's got Christian McCaffrey. I've already got him beat.
There you go.
Nice.
That's a nice feeling.
I know it is. So I'm sure Dustin and those boys are kind of like, you son of a gun.
But once again,
Yeah.
I'll just go back. I'm not overreacting yet. I'm not calling for his job, but he was playing with probably one of the top 5 receivers in the NFL.
As far as Atlanta goes?
No.
Oh, you mean
in Minnesota?
In Minnesota? I would, yeah.
It's amazing. Listen,
That's top 10 offense easily.
You don't have that skill in Atlanta. So you're going to have to be a better quarterback.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's what they were banking on when they paid him that money, but
Kirk Cousins is who he is.
Yeah, you're asking a lot from a guy with a young team, good offensive line, but it's a young team. And he played arguably the best defense in the NFL.
And it's kind of dark in that stadium, so he might have gotten confused it was a nighttime game.
And that's rough. Kyle Pitts and Drake
Sure.
London get out targeted by Ray McLeod. That's
who's
rough.
a special teams guy, really, at heart. So
yeah,
Um,
it tells you he has absolutely no rapport with the young guys.
Yeah, so far no.
Yeah.
All right, Andrew, we got to move on to your team.
Sure.
Patriots beat the Bengals 16-10. This one I can really say, what the hell happened?
That's a good question, man.
Jacoby Brissett's a man.
I mean, it's a good thing. I guess Drake May is being benched because, damn. I mean, I don't think anyone saw this coming. Patriots were expected to be one of the worst teams in the NFL.
I mean, they still are, but
I mean, Ramondre Stevenson.
it's not taken away from them just yet.
Ramondre Stevenson scored me 20 points on my bench. But I mean, it just did look like, is T. Higgins really that big of a missing piece in this offense, would you say?
He definitely helps to stretch the field, right? Because when you have 2 elite receivers out there like that, and I would certainly put him, if not elite, at least great.
Mm-hmm.
get one-on-ones with the others. So that's where not having T. Higgins, you can double team on Jamar Chase. Everybody else should open up, but Andre Iosovas, in and out of the lineup and stuff, not really getting utilized as much as he should. Tanner Hudson, Mike Gesicki, I mean, those guys were just minimal athletes on that level right now. The run game was kind of there, but not really. I mean, Zach Moss took most of the carries, scored the touchdown for them, but it just felt like an offense that they were trying to fluctuate without one of their top weapons. And when you're doing that, a team like the Patriots, which Gerard Mayo comes from the land of Bill Belichick, and what does Belichick know better than anything? It's to how to scheme for certain offenses, how to make sure that the defense is prepared for every possibility. Well, he had them ready. I mean, they attacked at the right time. They blitzed at the right moment. They covered the right guys, and they took away that game from the Bengals. Could have had it. They could have.
No, it was
they took the game away because the defense played really well. And, of course, they controlled the clock because they ran the ball really well with Stevenson. So
I had red zone. I'm sorry. I had red zone on mute. Why did they take away the Gesicki touchdown?
That
I thought
he scored it, but I don't remember exactly what that was. I
missed that part.
I was more so watching the game through the updates, and I'm going, okay, it's 16-10. This is not good. Here again, like Jacoby Brissett, did he have to do a lot? Kind of like what we said with Justin. No, not really. Like, just control the game, don't turn the ball over, and keep it steady.
They really relied on the run game.
Yeah,
for sure.
Exactly. And that's what I think that's what Gerard Mayo's probably going to do. He's going to go, look, until this kid's ready at quarterback, or until we have no other choice but to say, let's give him some game time play. Let's just roll with Brissett, see what he does, and when Drake May is ready, we'll give him the ball, and we'll see what he can do.
Is there a level of concern that you have for the Bengals?
I mean, yeah, definitely. I mean, this is a concerning loss for sure, but my concern more so is for getting T. Higgins back on the field, get a contract for Jamar Chase, and figure out what you can do with T. Higgins, because that's going to be the ultimate decider on this, right?
See, I feel like
I have a question for Andrew.
Go for it.
Please.
Do you believe Jamar Chase when he says he had food poisoning?
No.
No. That's what had Jamar Chase laid up. For those of you who don't know, that's what Jamar Chase said.
I guess it's possible, but I'm going to go ahead and say no. He probably was like, come on, guys. Like, we can't get this thing done. Like, just give him the 120 with a penny on it. That's all he's asking for.
Yeah, that's all he wants.
So, I mean, you can just stretch it out over years.
1 penny more than Justin Jefferson.
I think he said he wanted way more than that, actually. But
well, he joked and said a penny. He wants to be the highest paid receiver. So, and look, there's an argument to be made there that he's one of the top guys for sure. I mean, he makes a big difference, but it's a matter of trying to get both of them on the field at the same time.
If you eat your greens, you won't have food poisoning.
That's true.
Give him the greens, and you'll be fine.
Exactly.
Eat your veggies.
Give that man some lettuce.
Subliminal kind of thing he was trying.
Give him that lettuce, ladies and gentlemen. So
I want to talk about the Friday game in Brazil.
Oh, God.
Eagles beat the Packers 34-29. Heartbreaking for Packers fans as Jordan Love goes down late in the game. MCL sprain.
Can we talk about the text between us all?
What was it that we said?
Oh crap! Did we just speak this into existence?
I know. Yeah. I was expecting you to send "It's time." Like I was waiting for that.
I was like, as soon as that happened, I was like,
I was asleep. I didn't see the text until the next morning. Oh God, what happened?
As soon as it happened, I was like, oh God, I was just kidding. I was like, don't actually get hurt, damn it.
Because they're not lying. Like there was a significant shift in his knee.
You can see it
when you
pop.
slow when you slow it down. Now it may have popped back in, which is all completely likely.
That looked like it could have been a dislocated knee or ACL. I thought it was one of those two, but he's lucky it's only an MCL sprain. Out 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah. He could maybe be back in 3. That's
here's my question, and it's bothering me. You're going to start Malik Willis, who's had 2 weeks of getting to know the playbook and everything, over a guy that you had as your backup last year and were okay with it, who knows the system, knows the play calling.
Right.
Not saying it's a better call, but Sean Clifford. In my logical mind, I would want the guy who's been in the system for a year. He may not be a better quote-unquote athlete, but at least he knows the system. He knows the play calling. He knows what adjustments need to be made where.
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm defending Sean Clifford.
He's your boy. I mean, I was
fair.
I questioned the hell out of the Malik Willis addition to the team. There is rumors, though, about possibly Ryan Tannehill.
It'd be an expensive 3 weeks.
Yeah,
it would be.
Been sitting at home going, yes, please.
Well, I think the Malik Willis.
I need a job.
The Malik Willis thing feels like a very emergency kind of quarterback thing. Like, okay, we need somebody who can expand the play and run around in case the offensive
more
line
like
breaks
Jordan
out.
Love.
Yeah, exactly. He matches more of what the system maybe needs. Where look, Clifford certainly knows the offense better than he does. There's no doubt about it. I wouldn't put it past them. Of
Probably
course,
gonna be a statue back there.
that's the thing though, is that he's gonna have to like you're going to have to run a lot of quick outs. You're going to have to utilize the tight ends. And it's not to say they can't, right? Musgrove's pretty good, and you can work the crossing routes with Reed and all those dudes. It's just, if he, I don't know how big the moment is for him. I don't want to say he can't live in it. It's just when you're back there all of a sudden as a quarterback for a few years, for 3 years now. So he's got to, is he ready for that? Mm-hmm. And that's a big, that's what you have to weigh. Because, one guy, we don't know if he can really play that well, Malik Willis. The other guy looks like he's pretty competent to play quarterback for sure. But is he going to be able to do it for X amount of weeks and possibly the full season if this gets worse, maybe? You have to think about that. That's
on Mother Truck and Clifford.
Because at least the next 3 weeks they have the Colts, the Titans, and then the Vikings. So the Colts
it's not the trickiest in the world. It's just
you brought
you're
up,
gonna have pressure on them all constantly.
Can we talk about Sam Darnold, comeback player of the year? I'm not joking.
Who said that
really
he just needed a really good
one.
offense to be with?
Shocking what happens when you have elite wide receivers around you.
And a coach.
Just quickly on the Friday game, just glad Barkley has 3 touchdowns total. The Giants have none. So
real quick. Let me say this too on Friday. I don't know if he gets hurt that bad either, Jordan Love, if that field is not disgustingly terrible.
Was it the field that hurt him or the 300-pound Jalen Carter that was rolling up on his ankle?
Certainly did too.
I thought that had a big
but there's a lot of slipping and
that field
was trash.
You can't play it on a soccer field. I'm sorry. You can't do that. On the pitch, it doesn't work.
Different
it's got to be a football field.
Exactly.
It's a different grass. You can't.
It's meant for guys that weigh 120 pounds.
Yeah, JJ Watt said it. It's like it's built for dudes that are 150 and under, not 200 and plus.
Also, no teams have lost in Brazil and then have gone on to win the Super Bowl. Just want to point that out. Good luck with that, Green Bay.
I love that. That's great.
Yeah, your season's over.
But
go back to the Sam Darnold thing. Yeah, that I will admit.
I will sprinkle a little on Sam Darnold. I'm telling you that right now. I will sprinkle a little something on Sam Darnold.
I think Sam Darnold, Aaron
comeback player of the
probably
year.
going to be the front runners. Yeah.
I think the biggest thing for me is that you finally gave him weapons, but when he came in during the time with San Francisco, he didn't do much there either, and he had just as much weapons over there than I would say a better offensive line. So I was shocked, but hey, I'll eat my words, and Sam Darnold might be a reckon.
I still say this is the best team he's had ever. Collectively on offense, at least, this is the best O-line, best receivers, probably best running backs. San Francisco, sure, but that collectively as a team, they were the best team. So you can support having a Sam Darnold who goes, meh, he's okay.
They played the Giants.
Well, yeah,
that's the thing.
Too.
That's the other thing you have to know too. The Giants,
little bit.
The Giants, a little
bit. I'll say this is I won't expect a performance like this from him again.
I don't know. Aaron Jones is going to run 14 times and get 94 yards again. That's just me.
I don't know if he really has to, though.
He doesn't have. See, that's the thing that, once again, cricket from the NFL on this whole Jordan Addison thing.
Yeah.
I haven't heard squat.
Just under the rug.
Have a top tier tight end in TJ Hawkinson.
But he's not there just yet.
Well, let me tell you this.
He's still out.
He tore his ACL.
Here's
really
the Vikings'
late.
upcoming schedule: next 5 games. After you just played tonight, Fence.
This game tonight scares the crap out of me.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a fun game.
I wouldn't
gonna
even
be
say.
interesting.
I wouldn't even
13 to
say
10.
like I know the Jets after this game because they're playing the Niners. I mean, the Niners they're going to embarrass some teams.
Watch Aaron
Of course.
Rodgers go out there and throw for 4 touchdowns, 300 yards.
I'm gonna say 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions.
I
He's gonna just try and force balls.
What's
to
his line
Garrett Wilson.
for rushing? Aaron Rodgers. I'll take the under.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it's probably gonna be like 10, maybe 15.
I think it's at like 15. I'll
Yeah,
take
it
the
feels
low.
like it.
I'm gonna pull it
He
up.
can't move though. That's like
Yeah.
anytime I've seen him run in the last few years.
What do you? He's got a reconstructed Achilles tendon.
tendon.
He's gonna jump like the $6 million man. All you're gonna hear when he jumps is,
If I were him, I would be throwing off my back foot every time just to not get hit.
They'll
Like,
just
seriously.
shoot him up with what they did in 2018 against the Bears when they were down in the half time, and he was like, "Oh God, I'm screwed." And then here, Aaron Rodgers over 1.5 rushing yards.
That's hilarious. I will take the
He's going to get an additional $800,000 fine sitting out this game, but he wants to get paid. That's the thing. Like he doesn't want to play on the $14 million base salary that's paid week to week. He wants fully guaranteed money, and the Jets are telling him, no, you're not getting that. But he's been one of the best pass rushers for the last 4 years. What are you thinking? Like, are you really banking on these young guys to then step up? Like Jermaine Johnson better have like a 16 sack season.
Just hand him over to the Bears.
Yeah.
I'm still
They'll pay him that money. What?
I don't know.
I don't know. It might be.
I mean, if it's for the right price, sure. But
I got 2 things really
might
quick.
be Micah Parsons. Who knows?
My big surprise: the Chargers look really good, honestly, for what it's worth. And then even though they didn't lose, even though they didn't win, the Cardinals made the Bills sweat a little bit. I think the Cardinals are going to be hovering. They're going to be okay. At least
My
on the
problem
offensive
is
side.
they didn't get the ball to MHJ.
Nothing to Marvin Harrison.
Nothing.
He was wide open, and Kyler completely did not see him.
Yeah, he can't look over the line.
Completely did not see him.
He just saw the top of his lineman's head.
that was rough.
I was like, "What are you doing? Why are
you
you not
see Marvin
looking at-"
Harrison Jr. running, and you just go there, throw it there, throw it. And he just, I don't. Maybe the
Should've just been
report's
one of
not
those,
there. I don't know.
F it, MHJ's somewhere.
By the way, real quick too, I'll chime in with King BMAC real fast. He said, "I'm starting the chirps now. Just bring on Penix." He said, "Do you really need to see another 5 to 7 weeks of Kirk Cousins experience?" He said, "Just skip the part where the Falcons trade Kirk to the Raiders, and we can all move on with our lives."
At $180 million, yes, I need to see more from Kirk Cousins.
Fair enough.
All right. Before we head out, I got 49ers.
I'm going to say, I'll say 49ers. I don't believe in the Jets.
I'll take the under, and I'll take Brees Hall for a touchdown.
Okay.
Jets.
Good.
All
I
right.
like your snake. That's better.
Jets, Jets. All right, that wraps up our NFL talk for today. Coming up, more football, baby. We're recapping week 2 of college football here on Blow the Whistle on SportsTownChicago's.com.
This is your home for sports. SportsTownChicago.com.
Joe's Hot Dogs has been around since 1953, but I promise it's not old news. You don't have to like hot dogs to like Joe's on Plainfield Road in Joliet. Italian beef, hot dogs, shakes, and sides. My family's had a relationship with Joe's Hot Dogs for 3 generations. Golden fries with a tad bit of salt and the perfect amount of crunch come in a bag as big as your hand. And that's just small. For more on the menu, visit joeshotdogsjoliet.com, bringing that classic Chicago flavor to the suburbs. That's Joe's Hot Dogs across from CVS on Plainfield Road in Joliet.
At the football game, Jim shows the telltale signs of being wasted. He starts flexing for the camera. He refers to his muscles as gunboats. He screams, "How's this for a halftime show?" Jim streaks the field.
It's easy to tell if you've had way too many to drive. But what if you've had just one too many to drive? Never underestimate just a few. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, the Ad Council, and this station.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and Windy City News Radio.
The Illinois Center for Broadcasting is now the Illinois Media School. We've been an institution in the Chicagoland area now for 30 years. Because the broadcasting world is always changing, so are we. Not only are we teaching radio and television production, but now you can learn all aspects of the media industry, like web design. You can even specialize in TV or film, sports broadcasting, and even sales. No matter where you are in the Chicagoland area, we have a campus near you. The Illinois Media School. Be on TV, be on radio, beonair.com.
Maybe that was money. Tell me that wasn't money.
Yo, check us out. We are the go-to guys. I'm your boy Space.
I'm your boy MC.
Check us out every Thursday
from 4 to 5 p.m.
We spitting all facts, all sports, all day.
Yes, sir. Who else you gonna go to in the clutch?
Lillard, long range three.
Keeping you up to date with all the latest sports news.
We are
the go-to guys.
Where else you gonna get all your sports news from?
You know,
SportsTownChicago.com.
If you're wanting to critique, that was some slick board work.
That was nice. Well done.
Your interview is Wednesday?
Yep.
All right.
I was going to say, it's like he's vying for a job.
Welcome back.
I just want to be able to, just in case he who shall not be named or Porth comes up to me and says something, I can be like, yeah, he's tight.
Yeah. Keep it
tight.
tight.
Not like
Keep it high and tight.
Look at me. Not like I wouldn't anyway.
Toy like a tiger.
Toy like a tiger.
Although, it would be ironic. I'm just going to say this. It would be very ironic that you get a job with 670, which is where Brandon always wanted to work.
Timing.
Bummer.
Nah, joking.
He's
very happy where he's at.
He's gonna
awesome.
leave. He's gonna leave before I do tonight because Cubs are in L.A. Love West Coast games.
So I'll see you. I'll see you too.
Shut up. Better not happen.
Rain delay.
Oh God.
Rain delay.
That's a nightmare.
I know we're talking college ball. You believe in your Cubos? Are they coming back? Wild card spot? No? Okay.
No, I'm already checked out.
I just want to make sure.
My team is 2-0, and that's all I give a hell about.
Over football now.
Football.
Oh no, I've been out of baseball since Hard Knocks came out.
I was gonna say,
that's fair.
As soon as college football hit, I was like, yeah,
Hell,
baseball,
even when the
whatever.
spring game played, I was like, all right, I'm done with baseball.
Call me when the playoffs start.
I'm forced to be interested in baseball because I have a show on the weekends.
I was gonna say you have no choice.
Actually, I think out of the
You have
12 segments that we did last week, maybe 2 of them were baseball.
You have like 1 foot in, your entire body out.
Right,
type deal.
Exactly. Well, here's the problem. And I'll say this very quickly. It's very hard to talk baseball when really the only 2 months ago.
Yeah.
And
They got a little bit of a tough
maybe.
Plus, Saturdays are taking over from college football, so it's like who's
Right.
really watching baseball right now, unless you're a diehard baseball
Cody.
fan. Yeah. Oh yeah. Or Speed.
I mean,
That might be
my
it.
go-to is like what's America's sports? Like I don't know. It's like baseball. You can say baseball, but like baseball players have fantasy football leagues, so they're always even they're locked in.
Baseball's lost its place as America's sport. Football has taken over.
I can tell you right now,
drastically.
Nico Horner got the first overall pick in his draft with the Cubs players.
I mean, for as much money as the NFL does bring in, you could sit here and make an argument that there's more passion, more desire for college football than there is NFL.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
for sure.
By the way, seeing that Michael Phelps had a Michigan tattoo in the college game day. Come on, dude.
I mean, I
know
to each their own.
I know you've smoked a lot in your day, but you smoked that much that you put a Michigan tattoo on you? Come on, man.
If he
Some
probably
people
thought it
have
was
put
M
worse.
for Monsters Inc. or something. He got really cooked one day.
I thought it was a monster.
I really liked the movie when he won from me.
Yeah.
That's a good take.
Mike Wazowski.
I'm always watching you.
I'm always watching you, Wazowski. All right. Well, speaking of Michigan, let's start off with that as number 3 Texas whops number 10 Michigan 31-10. I mean, I think we kind of all expected it.
Can I just say this?
At home in Michigan.
That score doesn't even do justice to how bad Texas made them look.
Yeah. I mean, that was just an absolute beatdown. Quinn Ewers.
Oh.
Well, yeah.
He's the most complete quarterback.
His offensive line. Wah, wah, wah.
Oh, that's
Sick kid.
Learns from his daddy.
Yeah, maybe you should do the opposite of your father and
Shut it. But no,
Or play a different position.
no comment. How about that, dude?
Let's be real when we talk about this, though. This is a Michigan team that is not Michigan from last year.
No.
This kid Warren cannot throw a ball farther than 10 yards accurately.
He's a walk-on that's starting ahead of a 4-star recruit that they brought him out. He certainly needs more polish, but I would think by now you'd probably want to pop him in there just to see what he can do, because I think he's more capable than this guy. He's more quarterback, yes, but Alex Orji gives you more versatility in your offense, and that you need.
Let me do the Scotty.
He probably did that when I mentioned that.
If they don't fix this issue, every defense is stacking that line with 9.
Mm-hmm.
They're
playing man-to-man. And
they have
and
one
taking
weapon.
the risk.
Yeah. Because it feels like he wants to be like, we got to get the pass.
Does he know he's a 93 overall in the game? You can use him.
He's one of the best running backs.
He's on the
In the
cover.
country.
In the country. He's one of the best two-way running backs in terms of catching the ball and running it.
Here's my question.
I don't
Is
get
he
it.
saving him for the Big Ten?
I would hope not, because now's the time to unleash him.
It's just like we're waiting to start the Big Ten schedule, buddy.
He's not
They're holding him out for Wisconsin.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Woohoo. I mean, he's not looking. He's not.
We showed them.
He's not a workhorse like Corum, but he's an athlete. He can do everything for that offense if you need him to. So why not break him loose? That's on the play calling. That's on Sharon Moore, and maybe he's trying to establish his own culture. But whatever this culture is, it's not it.
No,
this is not Michigan. This isn't what Jim Harbaugh had left there. If he's trying to do the same thing, it's not working.
You know, Jim Harbaugh was in Los Angeles cussing out everything.
Well, I'm sure he was probably upset. Although
freaking
making the
heck.
money he did, he may not have cared. So
Yeah, he's like,
Michigan.
we're
Who?
not Justin Herbert now. What do I care about Warren?
Michigan who?
Who's Warren? And
Yeah,
who's that guy?
he's been glazing Herbert all offseason.
I was gonna say
he's trying to text Harbaugh. Hey, I'm struggling here. New number? Who this?
I can't-
What's Stallion's number again? Can you text me that real quick?
Did you see? Did you see Portnoy had Stallion with them when they were doing their show from Michigan?
I did see that. Listen, I don't. If he were still there, would that have made a difference? I don't think so. This team is it's shot. Offensive line's new. Running back is somewhat similar yet different. They have to add
Defense
another
is
guy.
Really new.
Well, defense still has stacked talent. It's just they had to add other guys at positions that, it's kind of new now. You still have Johnson. You still have Graham. You still have Grant. You still have a lot of guys on that team that can make plays.
Still classless pushing Hewers as he was taking a knee in the third quarter.
Yeah.
I thought that was egregious.
I was hoping to see some Arch Manning action towards the end of that
Little
game,
Archie.
though.
You think they're going to put Arch out there and
No, this was Hewer's moment.
No,
This was
just risk hurting the future.
This
Or
was
just for like, just
kidding
to
me?
hand off the ball when they got the ball back when there was like a minute and a half left.
Yeah.
Like, just let them hand off the ball to get a couple knees and then
that's it.
woo.
They're gonna do that in Texas. Like that's gonna give a humongous.
Oh yeah, when they play A&M, that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, when they hang half 100 at halftime and they go, Arch, you're in, A&M's just gonna go, come on!
That's when the wrestling.
Enough
booking
is
comes
enough.
to mind.
He's dead. We're dead already.
We had this discussion on Bet for the Cycle the other day. I said, is it easy to say that the better quarterback might be on the bench? And that's with yours playing as good as he is right now.
The more hyped quarterback is certainly on the bench, but the better quarterback right now, I would still say yours is the guy.
I don't know. I think it clicked.
Arch has all the skills. It's just he doesn't have the experience. That's the
Yeah.
one thing he's lacking.
I mean, we could be totally wrong once yours is gone this year and then it's Arch next year.
Yeah, listen, if Arch goes next year, I don't know who they're playing at the start of next year, but he goes and hangs 400 yards and 4 touchdowns by the first quarter, then yeah, absolutely.
He'll go from red shirt sophomore to Heisman hopeful Arch Manning.
You can guarantee next year he's going to have Heisman. He's going to have like the 10,000 to 1 or whatever, 20,000 to 1 odds probably to win the Heisman. Because they're like, well, if he has a breakout year, you never know. Like, okay, guys.
Before
I have to give, as much as I don't want to, Shark, he has them ready to play SEC football.
Yes,
and anyone who doesn't realize that is kidding themselves.
I was going to say, I don't think a lot of people were realizing how everyone was like, oh, I don't know how Texas is going to do against SEC teams. They could run the SEC right now. Close.
They're with Georgia right now as the top teams. Georgia just has the experience and the defense more so, but Texas has a very complete team. They just need to sharpen the defense more, and they'll be there.
I still like them over.
Sark too. He's got a good mind because he did say we just can't be in a Notre Dame situation this week.
Oh, well, speaking of Notre Dame, before we get into our teams, Notre Dame. Number 5 goes down to
no. You got to say their name right there. Notre Dame.
Oh, Notre Dame. Yes, I'm sorry. From Notre Dame Stadium. The crying Irish. That's what we got. There it is.
I like that.
Falls to Northern Illinois in a walk-off game-winning field goal, 16-14.
It wasn't a walk-off game win.
Yeah, close.
It was a walk-off blocked field goal.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's how it.
Anyone who did that. I had flashbacks to Michigan Appalachian
I was gonna
State.
say,
I was like, it's Michigan Appalachian State all over again. I love every moment of it.
Very reminiscent of that moment.
I mean, not to mention Northern Illinois made it in the top 25 rankings now.
Yeah,
rightfully so.
I think it's fantastic.
That might have sealed it as my MAC team for the year. I think that's it.
Yeah, I've got another MAC team you might want to think about that.
Not like to win it, just like to follow, to actually have a team now. These might be my boys.
Well, I mean,
they're going to be fun this year.
Coach Hammock, I've had the opportunity to talk with him a couple times, and I want to shout out to some of those guys on that team that I've been able to talk with before. It's awesome to see those kids from high school, talk with them, and then find out you're going to Northern and see them get this win. That's awesome.
Well, it's funny. I didn't realize. Oh, go ahead.
No, yeah, I was just gonna say, like, Hammock, he played there at Northern Illinois. He's diehard Northern Illinois, and he's fantastic with the X's and O's, and even better with these kids. Like, he knows how to keep them there, and he knows how to lock them in, and that showed. That absolutely showed.
50.
Stay here. Stay with us.
58 returning players.
Yeah. Stay here. Stay with us. Stay on the curb. Be at Northern Illinois. Let's be a team. They stuck with it.
In the time of the portal, he had 58 returning players.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I mean,
the best guys could have left, and they stayed.
89 yards in the ground, and 120 6 receiving yards
So
off 2
talented.
receptions.
In the fourth quarter.
Garrett Wolf would be proud of me, go.
Oh, yeah.
Garrett Wolf would be very proud of you.
He ran.
In fact, he was proud. This will be good.
What are we doing?
I was just sitting. I'm just like, what's breaking right now?
I was like, oh no, this ain't good. We're done, guys. We're done. StreamYard didn't want me to.
Great.
They didn't want me to talk about Nebraska.
yeah.
I'm putting a star next to that one.
That's the thing. As soon as the music was queuing up, that's when StreamYard was just like, oops.
Well, welcome back to Blow the Whistle here on Twitch and YouTube on Sports Sound Chicago. Still with you, Tyler, David, Andrew, and Nick Johnston.
We're not all named Johnston.
What?
Bring it in, family. Come on, guys.
Easy.
You went Tyler, Andrew, David, and Nick Johnston.
We're all
We're
not
Johnston.
We're the four
Johnston
Johnston
bunch.
We're the Johnston.
four?
Johnston.
Shout out to the fifth one, Quentin. He's out there on the Chargers. Solid
more.
job.
Come on,
good,
man.
big win over the Raiders. There you
You
go.
actually caught something yesterday?
Yeah.
Caught 3 passes.
Yeah.
Woo!
He didn't hit over 50 yards, but he's getting there.
The yips are gone.
Lad McConkey looked good.
Baby steps.
Lad McConkey did look good.
Lad McConkey's a dude.
Yeah, I got him on my bench. But
Harbaugh's got his token white wide receiver.
It's okay, Tyler. There was a lot of that this week.
yeah, stupid Ramondre Stevenson and Jameson Williams. Even though I'm still beating the hell out of someone in that
I was
league.
gotta
That's
say,
okay.
yeah.
Solid.
I'm still, and that's my auto draft league too. All right, do we get to talk about Nebraska?
Yes, we do.
We get to
Have
talk
to.
about Nebraska, baby. They are 2-0 after dismantling the Sanders 28-10 at home.
Did Shiloh get injured in this game?
Yeah, he did. I mean,
Yeah.
I shouldn't be sad. That sounds bad. Be excited about
Did he won't be so excited?
Sorry.
Did his arm?
Pull back a little.
I don't know if he broke his arm or
It
not.
was something with his
He was
forearm.
in surgery.
He was definitely like holding his forearm.
I think it was something with his
He
forearm.
might have broken it or
He
something.
had surgery.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming something was broke.
Either that or he tore something pretty bad. Like,
Yeah.
It was pretty nasty. But
yeah, he was in pain. You could see it on his face. Like he was not okay.
I don't know. That's how Tyler won't pay attention. He was jumping up and down in excitement.
I was like, oh, someone's hurt.
It was so funny because we were talking about Notre Dame losing to, or was it before that? We were
What?
I didn't call
No,
him.
yeah, you just called me his Notre
And
Dame.
then he goes, dude, I gotta go. My family's showing up and we're about to watch Nebraska. And I went, have fun.
I'm not gonna lie. Not only was the Notre Dame loss like just carried on to my excitement with the Nebraska game, it was Iowa losing to Iowa State too. Jeez, I love that.
Yeah, it was not.
Yeah. What the?
Yeah, that was shocking. I did not see that comeback with that big of an opportunity for
That's
them.
okay. See you later.
Why do you hate Iowa so much?
They're also a Nebraska rival.
Well, this is what
yeah.
happens when you bring back the head coach after he's been suspended.
Yeah, didn't
See,
he
when
have-
he's not there, they put up 40 points. When he suddenly comes back, run the football, 3 yards in a cloud of dust. That's how Notre Dame did it. That's how we're doing it.
How Penn State won all those championships. That's how Notre Dame won all those championships.
We're sticking with it.
Gentlemen, 1972, let me tell you, Michigan ran the ball 55 times against Ohio State. They won 48-6.
Don't worry, we still have another Australian punter. He'll send it to the moon.
I've told you the story about me being in Beaver Stadium the first time Penn State went back into the shotgun, and everybody looks around and goes, "What the hell is this?" We're progressing.
It's like somebody when they try foreign food for the first time. What is this thing?
Well, that's
Do I like it?
No
Do I
I
not?
formation.
Yeah, right.
No fullback. What is going on?
Week 1 of
Joe
Nebraska.
Pa
That's the
okay?
first time I'm like, we're passing the ball.
You seen that viral video of the foreigners trying ribs for the first time?
Yes,
That's-
yeah.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
exactly the same thing. Yeah.
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa, you don't eat that with a fork and knife.
It's like, I'm sorry I let it get this far, honestly. That's what he said to him.
It's so good.
It's so fantastic.
So good.
God.
What are you doing?
That was great. But yeah, no, Nebraska improves 2-0. Thank you. I know.
Absolutely.
This wouldn't have been like this
Absolutely.
last year. First time they started 2-0 since 2018 or 2016. So it's been a hot minute. So
It just makes it so much better that it was against. And I
Colorado,
can't
I
believe
know.
I'm saying this, but I have to. Against Dion.
yo,
One of my childhood heroes.
it was even better because before the game, Travis Hunter was dancing to the fans, chanting FCU, and he's just dancing. And I'm like, well, that didn't turn out well for you, buddy, did it? I mean, he still had a solid game, but
Well, when you get thrown to 15 million times in a game, you're going to have some yards.
Yeah. I mean,
unfortunately, they didn't really count for much.
No. Doesn't do you well when you don't go in the end zone, buddy.
Well, that and the fact that Shadur was going the whole game, too.
Yeah, he was sacked like 5 times.
Yeah.
Threw a dumb-ass pick.
I need an ice bath.
In fairness, when you throw to the best cornerback on that team, who's probably going to end up being a pretty good nickel corner, I would say, in the NFL, and Tommy Hill. Yeah, that's going to happen. Like, Hill's, by the way, 25 pounds heavier than Travis Hunter.
That's not hard. My left thigh's 25 pounds heavier.
I was going to say, yeah, I think a good half portion of me is heavier than he is right now. So, either way, though, like, They just like Colorado just played that sloppy hero ball stuff where Shador's trying to outthrow the world and I'm going to try and beat these guys myself.
He's not that good of a quarterback.
No, he's really not. I mean, he just doesn't look good. And I mean,
granted, the whole team is not as good as people think they are.
No,
but his inability to execute when he should have, because there were times where if he's not looking to Travis, he's throwing to the other guy and he's gaining yards and getting them in scoring position. And then this turns into a shootout. But he keeps trying to be like, I'm going to throw it 60 yards to Travis, or I'm going to just rifle this ball in there. And then it's almost incomplete, or it gets intercepted.
Yeah.
And now, okay, we're on 4th down. Like, what did you think was going to happen?
Can I tell you the biggest reason why I now know that Shadur Sanders isn't all that in a bag of chips?
Why is that?
The Dallas Cowboys signed Dak Prescott to an extension.
Yeah, Jerry might have saw something.
Jerry, you know, Prime was like, Jerry, watch my kid this weekend. He gonna light up Nebraska.
Well, Dion, if he wants to play cornerback, we more than likely will sign him. But until then, I'm gonna stick with Dak.
We going with Dak.
They only got one more to worry about there in Dallas.
Although I would still say, man, just take a shot and try and draft yours, man. You take the Texas legend, you people will love you. But whatever.
He got his blessing from the Undertaker, so I'm not
true.
the
Yeah,
GM.
yeah.
But no, I mean, Nebraska's defense
And
looks
when
really
the
good.
Undertaker puts you over,
That's
you're in.
that's
you're
true.
in.
That's true.
That second half of the game was just so slow because there was just penalties galore on
Yeah.
both sides of the team. Some that were reasonable, some were like, what are we doing? And then
Well,
that just kind of slowed down the whole game. And I'm like, just come on, let them run up the score.
I guess I will then say I'm glad I was watching all the death matches at All Out.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the first half was the whole game. The second half,
No.
second half was meh.
BK Dub.
Yeah.
But at least Nebraska has an off week. We'll go 3-0 next week against UNI,
Yeah.
Northern Iowa.
Right.
Hey, don't
Well,
sleep on Northern Iowa, man.
And, I mean, this game really spoke volumes for like where Nebraska's headed to, right? Because obviously, look, they get ranked this year, this week, 23rd in the nation. You saw Rayola looked comfortably off it and control of it. Bread and butter was that we're going to play. It's old school Nebraska. Play with the defense and play a minimal game that'll keep things out of line.
Get the run game
I
going
think-
well with like they're like 2, sometimes
Yeah,
3 deep with
They
running back.
found a nice
Dowdle.
1-2-3 punch.
Yeah, no,
I
he's been-
think we talked about it on Friday too. Did we really all think that Rule wasn't going to outcoach Sanders?
Oh no, that was 100% gonna happen without a doubt.
Yeah. Interesting enough, I found a tweet. This came from a guy named TJ Doe, I believe it was. If I can,
I wonder
pull
if
this
it's the
up real
same
quick.
one that I saw.
Or TJ Moe, excuse me. TJ Moe was his name as that tweet. He said the
Mo.
biggest difference between Colorado and Nebraska is this. Nebraska hired a coach who builds programs and develops kids. Colorado hired a celebrity who just wants to be a chief marketing officer and promote himself and his kids.
Yeah, I saw the exact same thing.
I mean, I don't know how much accuracy you want to put into that. I would still say he's like a player's coach, maybe not so much celebrity, if anything. But the hierarchy thing of the reverse triangle where Shador and Travis and Shiloh get put on a pedestal and everybody else just falls by the wayside, where he's going like, I don't even know who those kids are.
Yeah.
Like, that's ridiculous. And it clearly shows because Shador then goes into the post-conference meeting after the game and is like, how many times did they let Raiola get hit? Throw your offensive line under the bus. We need to get the ground game more established. Okay, now you threw your running back and your OC under the bus. Like, he just would not stop. And I'll give this to the man who wasn't here today. He left, but Scotty said it. He's like, that only probably gets away, and the only reason he gets away with it is because he's the coach's kid.
Oh yeah, like
And
Deion's not gonna
100%.
punish him
if you
for
don't
it.
think here's the bigger thing. If you don't think, once again, you don't think NFL teams are listening to every word that comes out of your mouth as a potential top 10 pick,
Yeah.
aka Dak Prescott gets the
Draft stock.
highest paid contract in NFL history.
Exactly.
Yep.
That's ridiculous. And that just
On
shows
two fronts.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Hey, Dak, you better call Shador and thank him.
but that just shows like where Colorado's at, right? It's showing that there's no institutional control whatsoever from Deion, and that they're allowed to do whatever they want. So maybe there's some truth to that Athlon Sports article where it's a real life GTA, where people were trying to downplay that, but now you have to think maybe there's reality to
I mean, it just looks like there's more and more that the things that you're hearing going on in Colorado that it's just stuff's hitting the fan. Like it's just out of control and like there's no care. Like they just want the spotlight.
Exactly.
Of being like, well, we're like Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter is the most contempt player. Like he's not out there really like showboating and bragging. I mean, he can.
He knows he's a star, but he backs it up by his play.
Exactly. That's the difference where Hunter is
He
compared
needs
to
to
the
put on
Sanders.
a legitimate 25 pounds of muscle.
Yeah, or 50. He's got to get to 200 pounds because he's going to get killed.
Yeah, he's tiny.
But he's also got to pick a position, and I would say, dude, go for corner because there's a lot of good receivers out there. There ain't that many cornerbacks.
There are not many shutdowns.
Yeah, and he can certainly do the job, but like, I don't know what I get why he picked Deion. I get that, but you can't
Arguably the greatest shutdown cornerback of all time.
You're buying into a guy whose past is well beyond him and hoping that he's going to be a great coach for you, and he certainly has, I think, to a degree. But it's also that he's got the natural talent. You see with a lot of these guys. They need to have it built in them, and it's not happening.
I will say this, and let me come that comes out of that dude's mouth when he's talking about defensive back position.
100%.
I can tell Hunter's doing that.
And I think Hunter is.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You every once in a while you'll see somebody be like, okay, that was Deion.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's going to be that one shining example. But as far as it goes for like Shador and his son Shiloh and all those guys, there's nothing like Shiloh's going to maybe be a sixth round. I still think he can be a first round pick. But if we keep seeing more of this against top talent, he's going to start falling farther and farther and farther and farther until eventually, who knows where he'll get picked in the first round. He might not even go in the first round, and he might just be a backup somewhere.
I have noticed that Deion has taught him the shade off 2 yards because you can make it up as soon as he throws it.
Yeah.
Oh, that was Deion's move.
Yeah.
He'd let a wide receiver have 2 to 3 yards because he knew as soon as the quarterback threw it, he could make that up quick enough to be able to pick the ball.
No.
up.
You take the quick curl. I got you on the next one. Don't you worry. So it's a brilliant move for them, but they just feel so dysfunctional without the dysfunction being up front.
He needs to get legitimate coordinators in there.
Yeah.
Legitimate. I love Warren Sapp to death. Don't get me wrong.
He's not even a coordinator. He's just the assistant, like quality coach.
Yeah.
He's just supposed to keep the kids on line. That's it. Apparently, that's not happening.
No.
Win it, possibly, but that's because you probably play a lower level team that just breaks it.
Well, I mean, it's not good this year.
No,
it's rough. It's looking
Utah's
rough.
the cream of the crop,
and they barely got by with 10.
and in maybe Oklahoma State if Ollie Gordon stays healthy.
Yeah, I mean,
they had a rough game last week too.
Yeah.
Like
I believe he wasn't really even that big of a factor in this game, if I'm not mistaken.
He's put on some weight.
Yeah, well, listen, you're going to take that kind of punishment where you're getting run 30 times a game. You better put on some extra pounds.
He's put on a good 10 to 15.
Like, you better have the padding.
I will say this. I'm not gonna say Colorado's out of it yet because they haven't even started Big 12 play yet, but I could see them going on a run. The problem is they've got all these pieces, just kind of like Florida State has with their defensive line.
Sure.
A bunch of portal pieces that they've brought in. Now, the more time that they play together, because these are quality kids,
sure, yeah,
the more they get to conglomerate. That's just for me and Nick, nobody else. The more they get to gel together, I think the better they're going to get.
Yeah.
So the further on they get in this Big 12 season, I think they start to make some noise maybe if they all haven't gone, we ain't playing for prime.
And so here's like the remaining schedule for them. They got Colorado State this week.
It's going to be a tough game.
Baylor,
tough game.
Fight.
UCF.
Baylor's trash this year.
Baylor's the win. UCF.
I can't say UCF's a win.
And then Kansas State.
Can't say Kansas State's a win.
Arizona.
Arizona is definitely not a win.
Cincy.
Nah,
maybe.
I don't even know.
Texas
I'll say
Tech.
yes. Texas Tech is not a win.
Especially Tech. Utah.
Who?
Utah.
Loss.
Nope. Kansas.
I would say no.
Probably not.
And then Oklahoma State.
I would say no.
So
3 wins?
Yeah.
They gave them about 3-4 wins. Yeah, they're right back where they started, if not worse.
I mean, their win total starting out, I think, was at what, 5.5?
Yeah, they were at the 5.5. So
I'm under.
That Cornhuskers. I still stand by 8-4 for myself, but this is a team that's proving that even if they finish out there or
9-3,
they're going up there.
I would say
because they've got now 5 stars and 4 stars saying I got Nebraska in my top 8 from what I've seen from 24/7 and on 3. There's guys putting Nebraska in that list. So
9-3,
they're
doing the
making
work.
Noise.
Yeah.
9-3, if not better this season.
People want to play with Dylan Raiola.
Yeah.
Make it clear as day. They want to play with Dylan Raiola, and he's proven that.
And I mean, if they can
got a quarterback, Tyler.
They have a quarterback.
You did it, buddy.
Finally happened.
How's it feel that your 2 favorite teams in football have quarterbacks for the first time in 20 years?
That's why I told Emily. She's like, "You're really excited." I'm like, "I'm on cloud 9." I'm like, I'm fans of 2 teams that have never been able to succeed at finding a damn quarterback, and this is finally the year. This is the year. Dylan Raiola's putting up better numbers, but that he's got 2 weeks. Don't worry.
Justin Fields put up better numbers than Caleb. I'm just gonna. I had to do it once. I had to do it
If you want to end it early,
They're literally in the exact same spot.
Thank you,
I had
Nick.
to do
Thank
it.
you.
Nick, I had to do it once.
I know.
It probably won't happen ever again this year, but I had to do it once.
But yeah, 9-3. I can see what I could see them doing that, but 10-2, maybe we'll see. We'll see. All right, that's just my excitement. When we come back, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the greatest segment. Are we doing
Off the Rails?
That's right,
baby.
Off the Rails.
Yeah.
That's next on BloodSportsSoundChicago.com.
Yes, we can. Celebrating those that continue to inspire this Black History Month.
Those who tell us that we can't, we will respond with yes, we can. SportsSoundChicago.com.
Take that exit and get to the Southern Cafe, home of the Nasty Biscuit on Roselle Road in Roselle. Get over there and try the chicken fried chicken biscuit made with the Southern Cafe's house-made drop biscuit with buttermilk chicken fried chicken smothered in country gravy, topped with shredded cheddar and crumbled hickory smoked bacon. I always say that when you go to the Southern Cafe, you come out with 2 meals with the heaping amounts of food they serve you in every meal. I love to go to a place with outdoor seating. The Southern Cafe has a great outdoor seating area to help social distance, and I get to enjoy my breakfast outdoors. Open 6:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. to give you plenty of time to grab an amazing breakfast or lunch. Now get your butt over to the Southern Cafe on Roselle Road.
Hello?
It's speed walking day.
Dorothy? You're breaking up. I heard that.
Reduce your risk of cancer, diabetes, heart disease. Get active, eat right, maybe even run into Mr. Right. Isn't sisterhood beautiful? For more information, everydaychoices.org. Brought to you by the American Cancer Society, the American Diabetes Association, the American Heart Association, the Ad Council, and this station.
Alert! Alert! Be gone, maxed out credit cards, overdue loans, suffocating interest rates, and relentless collection agencies. If your credit rating is making you and others around you cringe, there's only one thing to do, and that's to turn to the professionals at Creative Credit Solutions. Even if your credit is less than perfect, we'll help you get back on track. You can do it, and we can help. Call today or visit creativecreditsolutions.net for your free credit check report.
Blow the whistle on SportsTownChicago.com. Mondays and Fridays from 2 to 3 p.m. as we talk NFL.
The game plan was really sound.
The quarterback league. It has been. It still is.
Franchise-defining quarterbacks.
College football.
Will Jim Harbaugh make it through the season as Michigan's head coach?
Some more Big Ten talk.
And here's some things you wouldn't expect.
I would have never expected that.
Get all of that and more on Blow the Whistle on SportsTownChicago.com.
Blow the whistle. Going off the rails.
Doesn't trade!
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We are going off the rails here on Blow the Whistle on Sportstown Chicago's YouTube and Twitch. Still here with you, Tyler, David, Nick, and Andrew on Blow the Whistle.
Absolutely.
If you guys want to give us a little follow on our Facebook, Twitters, and Instagram at BlowTWhistle1, BLOWTWHISTLE1, or email us your questions, thoughts, concerns on our Gmail at blowtwhistleradio@gmail.com.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe
to all of our stuff on all platforms.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Leave comments, too, so you can tell us what you like, what you don't like, what you want to hear more of. We may listen to your suggestions. We may not, because we like our show.
Yeah.
Yeah, we kind of. We appreciate your comment. Well,
not doing anything about
Turn
it.
that sideways and stick it straight up your.
I'm so sorry you think of that.
Or to quote,
Too bad.
To quote my buddy, our buddy, I should say, Mr. Drew Gwillem, don't care. We miss you, man.
We're going off the rails, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we have a new follower.
Absolutely.
Another person. We thank for your we appreciate your application by following us on Twitter.
Absolutely.
But we'll see. All right, David, you and I
we
on
did.
Friday went on a little double date.
We did.
I got to meet your wonderful
Speaking
girlfriend.
of double dates, before we get into ours, Andrew, how'd your triple blind date go?
Oh, yeah.
It was good.
Was it really?
It was good. Yeah.
So how did this work?
They did good?
So my cousins, it was all right. My cousins, basically, they have their two girlfriends. They had a friend. They're both in their 20s, 25 or so. So their friends found somebody to kind of just like hang out. I didn't think it was like a date or anything, but then they're like, you might want to dress up kind of nice. And I was like, well, at least you let me know. So I appreciate it.
Out came the cowboy hat and the mariachi suit.
It was good though. We went out to dinner. I mean, afterwards we went to see a movie. Then we went and did some dancing and stuff. Then we went out and got some dinner and everything. So
What kind of dancing, sir?
just dancing normal.
Oh, okay.
Just like, it was fun though. We had a good time. And then we found a spot where we kind of just like hang out, play some like quick games and things like that. AKA the casino. So
nice.
Yeah. So it was fun time, but yeah, the movie, we went to go see the new Crow movie. Because my cousins are fans of the original, much like David is. Obviously, it's
No
your
one's a
favorite
fan
movie.
of the Crow
Not like you. No, not even close to you actually, because it's your favorite movie of all time. From what
It's
you
one of
said.
it's my brother's same thing. It's like one of his favorite movies.
It is.
It's a great movie. It is
All
a
the
great
time.
movie. And I will say that I wasn't it's not. Here's the thing: if you wouldn't have called it The Crow and you would have called it something else, I think this would be an okay movie. So if it didn't carry the name of The Crow, it's fine.
I still call it an okay movie.
Yeah.
I would not pay $16 to go see it in a movie theater.
Yeah, that was the rough part, but even still.
But at the same time,
it's fun. It's got interesting kills and interesting action, and I like that.
The backstory is what got me just diving into the characters a little bit more, so you get a little more involved with the characters and feel what they're feeling. That was my big...
Yeah, and it obviously tonally from the first Crow, which it's like a drama thriller. I guess you can even throw a little bit of horror into that aspect as well. It's not so much, but a lot of people throw that into that genre.
Action horror, maybe a little bit of supernatural.
It's got a little bit of everything the first one does, but it's very like the more emotional side of things.
Would you
right?
say the trailer was overhyped the movie? Because I know.
No.
Oh,
no,
really?
It was right.
Oh,
Okay. It was like on par with what this movie was
okay.
going to be. It's taking the Crow but making him more superhero than anything. Like
No,
you basically turn him into like Punisher or something like
The
that. More or
vigilante-
less.
vigilante.
Yeah, the anti-villain
Okay.
vigilante. Like he's not a good guy, but
Anti-hero.
he's. So if you told me that this was not the Crow, like if you said it was like bad guy with wings or whatever, I can't think of a name right off the top, but like something like that. Okay, it's a fine movie. When you name it The Crow, though, people are going to downplay it because you're trying to reboot a franchise that is beloved by many. And I know I say franchise when the other movies suck, and the first one's the only good one. But
I'd give the fourth one a little credit. I think Eddie Furlong did a phenomenal job as the Crow.
Because he played the Crow as he wanted to. It's not everybody else who's like, okay, I got to be Brandon Lee. No, you don't have to be Brandon. Play it yourself.
Well, and I think that's the thing that I loved about Sarngard.
Yeah.
Is he made
it himself.
He made it his own.
Yeah. Yeah. And
it like to me, nothing's and that's what I like to do with a lot of like movies. Even Deadpool Wolverine. I was like, okay, this is the first time he's in the MCU.
Right.
I want to take this for what it is and not try and compare it to 2 or 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At all.
Absolutely.
And I did that with The Crow. And am I sitting here going, oh, it's a masterpiece, greatest thing? No. But for what it was a great movie.
Yeah, absolutely. But the problem is that it carries that title, so people are going to say, well, it's not the original. And I'm sorry, it's going to be hard to ever touch that again. I think there's a way you can do it, but you're going to have to go back to that kind of place, and that's a hard one to get to.
Yeah.
And find the right actor. And I don't know who's going to be able to, because Brandon Lee went into that, and that was like, he wrote like in a journal or something like that. He said, like, I'm putting my real pain into this character from like his dad passing and all that stuff. And like, that's going to be hard to find in another actor to put that out. There's guys that can do it, but to find that person.
It's Heath Ledger doing
exactly
Joker.
Who can fall into that character and just become them. That's hard to do.
Joaquin Phoenix doing the Joker.
You mean
It's
Joaquin?
Joaquin,
Okay.
whatever. He changes his name every other year. So,
but overall, I would say if you
he's
want to
changed the way you pronounce his name at least 4 times.
Really? I've always heard it Joaquin.
Nope.
Yeah, he keeps. Well, I think he does it as a joke.
He does it
but-
as a joke.
Yeah, it's more of a joke thing. But
He's just messing with you, David.
No, he messes with everybody.
I would
He
say
likes messing with everybody.
Yeah,
You
but I would
little
say
jokester.
like if you want to go see this movie, I would definitely like you don't have to see it
Matinee.
over and over. Yeah, I would
Matinee.
definitely say like go see it. The new Beetlejuice movie, I haven't seen it yet. I've heard
Stoked.
I've heard mixes,
I don't care.
but people are saying it at least captures a lot of what the first movie was.
Thank you.
So
That's
they
all I-
said that you can at least enjoy it in that. And I'm like, okay, as long as Michael Keaton's doing his thing, So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna like it then, because that's the reason why I like the first movie.
The
Is
only,
Michael
the
Keaton.
only cringe thing I saw from that was like there's like a joke of like, oh, they're all on their phones, and he like gets in there. And,
Yeah,
like, brings them out of the
there's a
phone.
lot of
So I
like
think-
they're trying to make it very timely now.
Yeah,
So I don't know how that's gonna hit. But I will go in when I go see the movie. I'm hoping maybe this week I'm gonna jump into it with a fresh set of eyes.
That might be a date night here in 2 weeks.
Go see the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Maybe
You guys-
I'll take
it's-
her to
I-
a date movie.
Who don't love Beetlejuice?
Speaking
man?
of dates,
Yeah.
do you want to get to
How's yours
our
go?
double date?
Yeah, we can talk about it.
Tell them what you think.
She's
Wow, really?
She straight up bought dinner for
That was
everybody,
awesome.
yeah.
That was
Yeah.
super nice of her. She didn't have to do it, but
It that encapsulates who Monica is as a person.
yeah.
Just straight up.
And just hearing her bust his balls is just so funny.
That's great.
Like the ongoing joke was because like he was talking like texting Kate about work, you know,
Mhm.
just work related stuff.
Yeah.
And then you
He has the show right after mine,
Right.
and they're in the Chicago studio, and she looked at me and goes, "What do you mean you see her every week?"
That's good.
Just needling you.
So every time David's phone like lit up with usually an ESPN notification.
The whole night we were there. We were there from 5 o'clock till like 8.
Yeah.
8:30.
Okay.
And she was like, "Oh, is that Kate texting you?"
The whole night.
I was cracking up.
That's great.
The whole night.
But no, the place that you guys picked out too was fantastic.
Tangled Root Brewery.
Oh, okay. I know that.
Really
Yeah.
cool looking place.
I've taken a few dates there myself. It's a-
Probably is going to be where my 50th happens.
yeah, that's a good spot. That's a good spot. I
We're gonna
like that.
we're gonna rent out the atrium.
The beer was
Okay, nice. I like that.
Beer was
That's
solid.
where we stayed, or that's where we had dinner and everything.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I
Yeah,
had
that's a good
fantastic
spot.
burger. And then we each had flights. And then I told the guy I was just at least wanted the Oktoberfest. I'm like, pick the
The
randoms.
Oktoberfest wasn't very Oktoberfesty.
Yeah.
It tasted like burnt bread.
It wasn't my favorite Oktober. There's definitely
there was an like a burnt aftertaste to it, wasn't there?
yeah, there's definitely
Wait,
better
how
Oktoberfest.
how bad though? Like, was it like
Oh, it's predominant.
really?
Yeah.
See, I like it when there's like
I
a
didn't
little bit
hate
of
it.
that
It was,
lightness.
it was too smoky.
but like
Like, I
if
was
you're
inside the kitchen. That's
if
how-
you're comparing it to like Sam Adams Oktoberfest because they've been there's
I mean,
known
that's
for
like
that.
one of the premium.
I'm not
Yeah.
I'm not an Oktoberfest guy to begin with. Like, yeah, man.
I mean, I'll drink a Sam Adams.
I love me. I love
Aromas.
me a good. I love me a good wheat. I love me
Yeah.
a good lager, and that's about. You got to be a really good IPA for me to be interested.
Yeah.
IPAs to me are too hoppy most of the time.
Especially when you get those
Yeah.
high percentages.
Yeah.
it
I
just-
only like the Stone Cold one. I only like the Frank
I heard
Thomas
that
one.
IPA is phenomenal.
It is good.
Is it?
I heard his American lager is really good.
It is good too.
I
I gotta try those.
Hell yeah,
man.
brother.
From what I've heard, his IPA has like hardly any hop to it all.
It's pretty good. It's pretty
Now that football
I
season's
like
around,
that.
I got to try to get Patrick Manley to hook me up with some more long snapper.
Oh yeah,
That
that's
sounds
right.
good.
Yeah.
He gave me a couple cans 2 years ago. So I got to ask me like this.
So one of the things that got brought up
Mhm.
at our thing, and if she's listening, I apologize. She was being very self-aware and very self-conscious not to disparage Tyler.
Yeah.
So she looked up things you should never say or do.
Okay. Very conscious. That's good.
Dude, the things on these on this thing.
Oh God. Was it like out of the world ridiculous or
Do
just
not pick up and carry. Like just obvious stuff.
I mean, in fairness, there certainly I'm assuming have been people who are just like admittedly
failure
just,
in the way.
Yeah.
Have you ever had anybody just randomly try to come on?
Like you wouldn't
Pick
put
me
it
up?
Yeah.
No.
Like,
had.
It wouldn't be
I
on the
think I
list
was-
if it didn't happen.
I think I was
I
younger.
can't, dude. I could.
I would never.
He's a
I could
brick
never.
house, man.
Yeah.
I've tried to pick
Well,
him up a
it's
couple
just-
times.
It's just common
I'm full of
courtesy
beer.
not to like grab people around the waist, maybe unless you know them that way.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like it doesn't feel like you should do that.
Well,
yeah.
When was the last time I was just picked up? Just live a human being. It's been a long
It
time.
happened to me in high school once.
Yeah.
And I did it to my ex. I don't know how many times where I'd be like, move out of the way. Like,
somebody will
move her.
try to pick me up, and I'll go no bones on them, and it'll be over.
Go full limp.
Yeah.
I will say this: it is the first time that I can truly, honestly say that I've seen Emily like belly laugh.
Really?
Yeah.
Like she had Emily belly laughing.
That's
Oh,
great.
yeah. That was cool. I was
So
like,
I'm excited for her to be introduced. I said we're easing you into this. We'll start off with Tyler and Emily.
Yeah.
because you mentioned about like,
And then you'll meet me.
I said the rest of the crew, when we all get together and we get some alcohol.
You're not far off. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah. When we get some beverages into us, we tend to get loud and tend to get obnoxious, and
Loud and
just
obnoxious.
you know what? We'll have to go to a Blackhawks game today, and then
Oh,
she can
God.
see. She can see the true Nick just yelling.
Yeah. To see everything about him as a fan and just that was
I
great.
do-
That was-
so
I
good,
will
man.
say
it was
this.
so much fun.
Me as a fan, like I play the role as a fan very well,
Yeah.
and like especially at a wrestling show like that.
That's what I want
I
us
want to see
go
that.
to.
Yes,
Nick
I
with.
want to definitely do that too. I want to go get it because I just
Yeah.
want to go to another wrestling event. It's been years since I've been at one.
Hey,
Would you
was
recommend AEW or would you recommend WWE?
for these cool cats.
I've taken him to an AEW.
Yeah, I'd say settle him in with a WWE show and then take him to an AEW show after. If you guys really want to go crazy, this Friday CSW over in Franklin Park.
I've been to CSW. It's just been years since I've been to one.
Yeah.
Like I was like a teenager when I went to the last one.
Yeah, Chicago style wrestling.
The last
Friday
wrestling
13th.
one I went through was like
Friday.
I went to TNA when they had their big like main
Yeah, that
event.
is this Friday.
Oh yeah, they got Bound for Glory.
Yeah, Bound for Glory.
Yeah,
It
we
was,
get paid on a really bad
that was
day.
when Jeff Jarrett was holding the title and he took
Check
on
bounce.
Sting for the World Heavyweight title. That was
My
God,
luck.
that was a long time
Sounds
ago.
right.
Yeah,
They
that
pay
sounds
the wrong
about right.
person.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be surprised.
I would definitely be down for that.
Oh yeah.
Hey, for all of our friends that are listening, hit me up if you want to be part of Friendsgiving this year. We're tentatively planning on doing it November 12th.
Yeah, we got that.
Or no, November
15th.
15th.
Yeah, 15.
I
See,
bet
you like me about not knowing
15.
the date, but you can't even
No,
get it right.
I thought November 12th for a really long time, and then for some reason when I looked on the calendar today, it was the 15th. I was like, oh, nope, 15th.
Yeah, 12th I would not be able to do because of work, but
That's a
15th I
Wednesday.
could definitely do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
15th.
Mark your calendars.
It's gonna
Yeah.
be fun.
Gobble,
Tyler and I-
gobble.
Tyler and I did adulting today and actually picked out the venue too.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
It's
Oh,
actually,
wait,
it's
after-
actually a really cool place.
I just remembered too. The week after that, I gotta fly out for a wedding.
Week before that, I'm in State College for the Whiteout.
Oh that's right. The Whiteout Games.
Nice.
That's gonna be a busy couple weeks for us.
Yeah, buddy.
I gotta get fit for a stupid tux now.
Yeah, wedding season's weird.
Hey,
I know.
Look
And
at-
the problem is,
is
I
it-
gotta fly out
Look
to
at me.
Canada for this.
Look
too,
at me.
so,
Jeez.
yeah,
could be worse. Could be horses and
yeah.
Cowboy
I could be
suits.
in a
Is it-
gaucho suit.
Is it on a Saturday?
Yeah, it's on Saturday.
Okay.
It's on Saturday in the afternoon, and shocker because it's Canada, it's probably gonna rain.
So I know
And it's
obviously you've been
outside.
down that road before, but
Yeah.
when planning a wedding, did you try and plan it around not having like a big game around there, like something? Did you want to be that just sort of mindful for the people that were coming in, or also for yourself?
First wedding was in March.
Okay,
March
March Madness.
wasn't bad.
Check the weather in LA.
Oh,
101.
sounds about right.
I'll do my rain dance when I get home.
It's painful.
And I know where you live.
It's true. Second marriage was in the fall, but early November.
Okay.
There was football on because I know that for a fact because two of the guys that were related to Allie got yelled at by their wives for being in the bar watching the games instead of being part of the dinner.
Oh, that's wild.
But
I mean, the joy of streaming is.
I will
is
tell
so
you
great.
this:
Yeah,
unlike somebody else that's in this room, when I do go down that path again, our reception, I will be sure to have TVs everywhere and on.
Hey,
I might have a red
That
zone
wasn't his
themed
fault,
wedding.
though. That was the bartender. Or whatever.
Although I did become the most popular guy at your wedding because I had
He had the game on and he was telling everybody this. Everybody kept coming by as we're drinking and they're like, "What's the score? What's it looking like right now, Washington, Oregon?" And we're like, "Because they wouldn't put the TVs on. So what are we supposed to do?"
I know you kept updating me throughout the time. It's funny.
I love that.
Like, damn it! Come on, Oregon.
just walk up to him nonchalantly.
Was it when we were sitting at the table? Weren't you the one that was like they're in the middle of their vows and all of a sudden you just go touchdown and
I got the look.
He's like coming over me like he had drugs on him. He's like, dude, look what I got. Oregon, Washington, baby.
It's amazing.
Take a hit really quick at this score.
Hey,
Winning.
I'm just say this: we're rolling really good right now. Why don't we just go with "You're Killing Me" Smalls on Wednesday?
Yeah, that's totally fine.
That works for me.
We can alternate off the rails on Mondays.
Yeah, let's do
You're Killing Me
that. I think
Smalls
it's,
on
I think
Wednesdays.
I think it's too much when we do two at the same time.
I'll say this: I look forward since it went so well with Tyler. I look forward to you guys meeting her because she is becoming it's effortless, man. Like you even said it. Like I will say, Monica does have one concern. She now look at me when I tell you this. You don't have to answer me vocally.
She's afraid of little people, isn't it?
No. No.
Achondrophobia.
Are you safe? Are you okay? Are you physically safe at home? You don't have to answer out loud, but if you are not, just wink.
Wait, what? I'm confused.
So
Emily grabbed his chest hair so hard at the brewery. And Monica looked at me and goes, "She's violent." And I went, yes, she is.
I forgot what the hell that was for.
Oh, we were talking about how Monica isn't a huge violence person.
Yeah.
And it's been an adjustment good for like, you're going to want to not look.
That's rough.
She's a very peace-oriented person and she's not a big violence person. And it's been an adjustment for her because I like watching violence because it gets all my aggression out.
Yeah.
So I can be calm, cool, collected, and not be I will break you kind of person. That being said, like Emily just out of nowhere goes, "I love blood in sports. I love violence," and then continues to just grab him by his chest hairs and go, "Come here!"
Yeah. I don't know. What's that 99-degree day and you were wearing like full sleeves and everything? You couldn't see anything. Yeah, just making sure. Maybe I don't know. Is there any marks down below? I'm just kidding. I know you're fine.
I'm just saying, Tyler. If you're not okay,
help me.
Oh, hey, look, a message from Emily.
You come home right now.
You're gonna get a text.
We need to have a talk.
Trouble.
Dun dun. Law and Order. I do remember it was really funny. I think right when we sat down, I looked at Monica. I'm like, "So what are your intentions with my David?"
That's good.
Fair question.
No, it was a great time, dude. We got to do it again.
Yeah,
we got to get all of us out.
Yeah, we'll rip the Band-Aid off.
Drinks on Monica. No, I'm just kidding.
we'll rip the Band-Aid off it, and then okay. So she's met you. We'll introduce her to the group and everybody's significance.
Yeah.
And then we'll introduce her to the fam at Friendsgiving. Yeah, Skittles. And by the way,
if you're listening,
yes,
when you listen to this, because you love us and you would never not listen to our podcast.
Right. Why wouldn't you support us?
You know, we supported you all that time. Why wouldn't you support us now?
Continue to.
That being said, when you listen to this, realize that when you bring your man, your beau, to Friendsgiving, you may not see him. You may not see him for about an hour. He may end up in a dark basement answering questions under a light.
I was gonna say it's gonna be the
You
interrogation
can't
room.
put this out in public.
Yeah. I think that's a.
No one's going to hurt him.
That might be a crime.
Yeah.
It's not a crime.
What is so pleasant about a dark basement with a light?
I didn't say I was going to bring physical harm to him. I didn't say I was going to tape him to the chair.
What are you going to do with him for an hour and a half, David?
We're going to ask him. We're going to ask him the same question you asked Monica. What are your intentions with our Skittles?
Our Skittles.
And I'm not talking about the candy.
Boom, baby.
Stop it.
Your attitude gets a doom.
Taste the rainbow.
That's a big doom.
Stop it.
They're taking over whether you like it or not.
No.
Yes. For what it's worth, they were there at All Out, and I said this to you.
Yeah,
afterward.
and I can appreciate that.
They took the time every time that there was a fan or someone they came up to them for any reason. They took the time to take a picture with them, say what's up for a quick second, whether it's disingenuous or not, whatever their front that they're putting on. I thought it was pretty cool. So I mean, like I said, whether they are really interested in wrestling or not, they were there. They were mucking it up with the fans. So
Hey,
I
that's
thought
how you build a fan bases, right? That's how you build the brand.
It's official.
Yeah. What?
Mike LaFleur has said Malik Willis will start Sunday if Jordan Love can't.
Matt LaFleur.
Did I not say Matt LaFleur?
I said Mike.
Oh,
yeah. Who's Mike?
Who is Mike? Mike
LaFleur.
Mike.
Mike LaFleur.
I mean, that doesn't shock me. That doesn't shock me.
Who's the person that just texted? Count me in.
That was Bajorn, sir.
All right, I got his number now.
Yeah,
There we go.
buddy. White privilege, Bajorn. It's all I'm gonna say to you, buddy.
I was wondering because of the emoji he used, but I was like, I don't know.
What are you trying to say, Tyler? Is there something different about his emoji than other emojis?
They give you the option to do different emoji colors. I'm just saying.
Oh boy,
that is profiling, sir.
After you said Bajorn, I was like, okay. Bajorn, you know I love you.
No,
we give and take.
I think this is a really good idea. We haven't had a huge get together since
it's been a while.
Since
the live stream, yeah.
Tom even said he was in.
I mean, I've done Friendsgiving with him before. It just, it's been a while. So
Tom can bring the tasty treats if you catch my drift.
Oh my god! Wow. No, I'm overruling that. I'm
Jolly Ranchers.
I don't need him.
Are you talking about
brownies?
I don't need him to bring the candy.
Ooh, I never had a good experience with those.
Rice Krispie treats.
I don't need him.
Of those.
Those are fun.
I don't need him dealing with that.
Just bring me a
I
bottle of
don't
whiskey
want
and
to
we'll
deal
sip
with
on
that.
it.
Because his wife is going to
We'll
make
sip on
me
it.
have
Just
some more.
Take a nibble.
A nibble?
A nibble. Don't take
Why?
a whole.
What's the
You might
point?
have to take a nibble because he doesn't know how to measure.
That's fantastic. That is fantastic.
That's his words, not mine.
How many grams? Yeah.
Just pour it in. No, you moron.
You're in freedom units.
Either 0.5, 5. I don't know where the decimal goes.
Freedom units.
Yeah.
I love
Millimeters or milliliters? It's all the same thing, right? It's pretty much what it is.
Oh my god! Hey, no, it should be a good time. We got a really cool place picked out. Has a hot tub, boys.
I could use one of those.
Skinny dipping.
Where's Andrew? Come on,
with the boys.
Andrew, why don't you have a swimsuit on? It's a hot tub.
It is a hot tub. You don't need one in the hot tub, and it burns it all away.
Yeah.
Germs can't live in hot water.
That's what he said when he was down in Texas, and then he came back and he had COVID. So
I should text her back too.
There's a whole-
She texted me like a month ago. I should really text her back.
invite her up for Friendsgiving.
I could do that.
Do it. I want to meet her.
Oh Lord.
What was going through your head when you caught COVID?
Found out her name's Caitlin, by the way.
Hey, there you go.
Well, I guess I remembered her name.
COVID
Caitlin.
Kate.
Yeah.
Gate. You know what's most interesting about that is a full 24 hours of Pepe Light. Scotty K.
Do we have to?
Yeah, I invited him. He's part of the fam.
He'll be 21 by then, I think.
I think.
He's part of the fam.
Of course.
He's like a little.
Can't he be like the distant cousin that we keep in the
All I'm going to say, if
He's the one
he's,
doing magic tricks in the corner.
He's like our illegitimate stepson.
he's a cousin that no one talks about. Let's get it
twice
right.
removed.
I will say this.
No one talks about.
If he gets too immature because immature things are happening around him,
Yeah.
he will get locked in a closet.
Okay,
he will be
good.
David Spaded.
So we'll put him in timeout.
I like that. That works. That works. I can live with that. Jeez.
Hold your breath. Hold your breath, Scotty. We're taking your turn. Go pee pee in the corner. It's okay.
Oh boy.
You wanted to go off the rails. Let's go.
Yeah, we got off the rails. All right.
We did. What time is it? I
Yeah,
four.
we- we-
4 o'clock. Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Oh,
we
okay.
can go.
We'll wrap it up. All right, boys. Well, I don't even know what time. We were having so much fun.
What's happening? Oh, by the way.
No, we're not
okay,
done
here we
yet.
go.
No, I have to say this one real quick.
All right.
For those who shall not be named, the next time there's a 5K downtown Chicago on a Saturday, maybe give us a little more a little more.
I asked how many by the time it was done.
Okay.
I had to go the whole way around the city.
Did you really?
Yes, because
Oh,
I refused not to park in Prudential Plaza.
Our guy
I
Alex,
am not walking.
our guy Alex had to park across the river, showed up to his first show 15 minutes before.
Oh my.
Yeah, it was a
Jeez.
disaster.
I fixed Combsy's issue because there is a way. Lower Wacker was fine until you hit Stetson, and then
Yeah.
they had every road Stetson and up
Yeah.
blocked off.
Hey, over.
So you had to go subterranean with
Yeah.
it. You didn't go Lower Wacker. You went lower Wacker.
Oh.
Over communicate.
Oh boy.
Right?
Yeah.
Over
So
communicate.
I told Kuhn next time something like this happens, dude, when you're on Lower Wacker, when you curve right there at the end and you can take that right, just go straight, and then you offshoot to the right.
Just keep your windows up.
Actually, at that time of day, it's not an issue.
It's not that bad.
Lower Wacker?
Yeah, we wouldn't have an issue. We wouldn't have had an issue if it had been 3 a.m. in the morning. Ain't nobody up. No one cares.
Yes, that's true.
I was gonna say Lower Wacker, like late at night. It's like the Upside Down in Stranger Things.
It truly is.
Just see
Well,
some,
you got
As
to
long
find
as you-
Shaky Jake.
see some crawlers.
Well,
Shaky Jake's out there,
and I'll
baby.
be very honest with you. Like,
That's the name of one of the dudes down there.
I may or may not use the stoplights as stop signs
Fair enough.
Fair.
at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, well, yeah. There's
know.
no one there.
Sometimes you hit them. Sometimes you go right
I
through.
feel bad for the guy that was in the Maserati, pulled off to the side and trying to wave me down for help. I was like, no, sir,
Well, I mean, of course you needed help. He's driving a Maserati.
on Lower Wacker.
Scariest thing.
Lower, yes, of all places.
When I've had to work that early for that show, scariest thing I've seen. This was before I discovered Lower Wacker. I'm over on Ohio and just above ground, and I'm coming up to a stoplight, and this dude, homeless dude, just standing in the middle of the street. Please.
There, he could have been a ghost.
It was Jimmy Hoffa.
Maybe I'm the one on drugs.
It was Jimmy Hoffa.
Was he even
It was
there?
Capone.
He was.
It was
staring-
Capone.
He was just staring at me in my car.
Well, he
I was
might
like,
have
"Go
said he
away."
was Capone. Give me all your money.
The one I love
Are
is
you on fentanyl or am I on fentanyl?
I don't joke about fentanyl.
Are we both?
Oh boy.
Are we both seeing each other?
I'll say this much: the one I love when I leave work
Mhm.
is the homeless guy that's directing traffic at Stetson.
Oh, that guy.
That guy's
see him.
great.
Awesome.
Dude, he's got a vest and everything. I don't know where he got. Probably stole off a Walmart worker or
I
something.
love that.
I love it when he gets all fancy too, right? With the arms and everything. He gets all that, right?
So
he
good.
like gets all into it, man.
So good.
He's like directing the wrong traffic.
Yeah, he's
like
like definitely pointing the wrong way.
He's telling these people to move when these lights are green.
It's awesome.
Just freestyling.
It's even better when you get people that actually like buy into him, like actually directing traffic. So you see an idiot start going, and he's like, "Wait, what am I doing?"
Yeah,
I seen a couple.
I had to call Grant because Grant was already in studio, and Grant, I was like, dude, how the hell did you get into work? He's like,
the lovely crossing guard, of course.
He goes, I just took that veer off at Columbus, and I went, oh. I didn't. I didn't even think about it until I was about to front copy.
He's gonna yell at you.
I love the fact that I got a text while I'm circling the city from him. Hey, let everybody know that there's a 5K and you can't get into the building. Thanks, Mitch. Already circling the city, buddy.
Thank you so much, Captain Watchman.
I'm on the phone with Monica, and I'm like, "Ooh, Chinatown's over here," and she goes, "You are nowhere near where you should be."
Yeah, how the hell did you end up over there?
You really went around.
I went around.
You went around.
You went sightseeing for a little while.
Might as well go see Guaranteed Rate at that point.
Yeah.
Holy.
God.
Jeez.
Yeah, I was probably. I was weeks away from Guaranteed Rate. I will not lie.
Oh boy. All right, boys. Well, that wraps up Off the Rails, and that wraps up another fantastic episode of Blow the Whistle here on Sports Sound Chicago's YouTube and Twitch. Thank you to everyone who tuned in and commented, especially you, B Mac. You are one of our number one fans here on Blow the Whistle. Guess Spotify, iHeartRadio, and I'm not even listening. Shout out to you, I guess.
Screw you.
Or screw you too. That works. Follow us on all of our social media platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Blow T Whistle 1, BLOWTWHISTLE 1. We are going to be back here, same bat time, same bat place. This Wednesday, we're going to go over the new week of week 2 of NFL, week 3 of college football, and then we're going to get to You're Killing Me, Smalls.
Just a warning, the college football might be very short because this week sucks.
Yeah.
It is not a good week, boys.
It is a dry week.
I found maybe 4 games that are worth watching at best.
Please tell me Wisconsin, Alabama is not in that.
No.
Okay.
Money's in the crumbs, boys.
Hey. Look at me.
Yeah.
That's
Alabama
the big
covers.
noon kickoff, buddy. You best be watching.
What else is on TV?
Baseball.
Maybe I'll watch the Hope Solo documentary again.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it was good. I liked it.
With that being said,
by the way, Quad Pod does not exist.
I didn't think so. I think
they don't pop up at all.
The Quad Pod is dead. All right, I'm
See what happens when you don't put
We
my
are
beautiful
dedicating
face
this
on
episode
anything.
to Quad Pod.
Great way.
Here lies
Karma.
Here lies the podcast
Karma.
platform, Quad Pod.
Karma.
They are now Dead Pod
You know why?
because they did.
You know why?
Why? What?
Because
Karma?
they didn't put this face.
Well, you didn't send in the right picture, so.
He didn't even send in a picture.
Yeah, Brandon didn't send in a picture.
Brandon didn't even send in a picture.
Well, then blame Brandon.
It's all Januska's fault.
See, I don't know. I would more believe that you didn't send in a picture because he probably would have asked me how do I send.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We're talking about Januska, the cyborg, that is
Listen.
on top of everything.
Listen, I can't help it, Januska. Listen, he's made mistakes. I remember one time when Januska made a mistake and Tyler totally thought it was his mistake.
Yeah, I know.
Really? You thought he was that good that you thought you messed up?
Yeah, because I think I forgot what it was. I was like, we're going to like a
He
update.
forgot to pitch the update.
Yeah, and he just goes to break and he's like, no, turn that down. I'm like, no. And David's like over here trying to do his update, and then he's like looking like, huh? And then as soon as he finished the update, he's like, I missed the bottom of the hour update. I'm like, yeah, you did. I was like, I thought I screwed up. Brandon never usually screws up, so that's why.
Not Cyborg.
Yeah. He malfunctioned that day. All right. For me, Tyler
Didn't have his
Butterball,
oil
Peter
can.
Ball.
Yeah, Andrew, Pepe, Valentin.
No gimmicks, Dick Johnston.
David W. Dexter.
Everyone stay positive, be positive, surround yourself with positivity, and positive things should and will happen to you. Again, Wednesday, 2 o'clock, we back. Week 2, week 3. Bye, people.
Bye-bye.
This is your home for sports.
Longtime fans